EA Sports, within the game. That wasn't a lucky play. That was just good football.
This is a special presentation of EA Sports from the Collis. One time for old times. What do you say we play some football as we are underway from Oakland in the John Madden Legacy game. Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Okay, give some credit to the team covering the kick, but boy, what was he thinking?
Okay, now all the buttons are working right.
Back to its original 70s glory. What a scene in the East Bay, and we're underway in the John Madden Legacy game. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Let's see if we can do better.
One time for old times. What do you say we play some football as we are underway from Oakland in the John Madden Legacy game? And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. So it's the NFC stars who will get the ball first. And, Charles, as we alluded to, we've got a different era of coach on each sideline. So the man coaching this NFC squad, we'll call him Young John Madden, this is a coach who was trying to establish a foothold in the NFL and on the cusp of doing it very successfully.
Yeah, you think back to that period, those early days as the coach of the Raiders, the late 60s in the AFL and then in the NFL in the early 70s. Coach was a guy who was ahead of his time. The Raiders were one of the first teams to have mini camps, one of the first to film practice, because he wanted to practice coaching as much as he could. And his teams, they were successful right from the start of his head coaching tenure.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So as we mentioned at the top, let's take you through the life of John Madden. And, you know, it's very fitting that we're here back in the Bay Area, not just because John's so associated with Raider football, but also because this was where he spent his formative years.
Yeah, he grew up over in Daly City with his buddy John Robinson, who would also become an NFL head coach. And he played his high school ball at Jefferson High, eventually wound up playing tackle at the University of Oregon, and later Cal St. Louis Obispo. Played well enough that in 1958, he was a 21st round draft pick of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right, the draft had 30 rounds then. And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack.
Where's my defense?
A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
No defense whatsoever.
So, Charles, as mentioned, we've got another Coach Madden over here on the AFC sideline. Of course, his Raiders, members of the AFC West. So this is a conference he battled in for his entire career. And you think about the landscape of the NFL as he was getting into the back half of his tenure. It was a golden era for coaches. You had Don Shula, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, Bud Grant. But it was John Madden who had the best winning percentage of them all, CD. 759, the best ever.
Brandon, it's hard to believe he could be so successful in a conference with all those great teams. The Steelers won 4 Super Bowls. The Dolphins won 2 and were a mainstay in the playoffs. The Colts were tough. The Broncos came on late and went to a Super Bowl themselves. But against Hall of Fame coaches, John Madden's record, 36, 16, and 2. That's pretty incredible. His Raiders were a factor each and every year.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Play action. Now it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. The coverage good that time by the NFC defense. Brings up 4th down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. The career leader in field goals made knocks that one through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points.
Yeah, I hit him.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. First and goal. Now Allen. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Brady. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. 4th and goal from the 2. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. they got it done, they're the ones that are jubilant.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. But Charles, you mentioned Coach was a 21st round draft pick back in 1958. Was a
And it was there during that time. I think Coach Madden realized his love of football and love for teaching, combining all that together, and that meant being a football coach. So in 1960, began his coaching career at a small college south of San Luis Obispo called Allen Hancock, and then later at San Diego State University under another legendary coach. The guy could throw it around pretty well.
Through one at the Coliseum in Oakland. 0-0 our score. This is the John Madden Legacy game on EA Sports. They'll throw on first down with Favre. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack.
I was looking downfield, didn't even see him.
Loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 35 for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Throwing is Favre. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Charles, you know, it was in the early 1960s that a young John Madden made the acquaintance of the owner of the Oakland Raiders, one Al Davis, of course, and the two, they really bonded, would become one of the best owner-coach duos in NFL history. And to take it a step further, Al Davis became someone who John referred to as his best friend.
Yeah, 1967, Brandon, Al Davis hired Coach Madden to be a linebackers coach. Remember, this was still the AFL at that point. We had not merged totally with the NFL. And Coach Madden, he paid dividends almost immediately. Helped the Raiders win the AFL title in 1968. And that meant a date with the Green Bay Packers in what was now known as Super Bowl II. But by 1969, at the age of 32, just 32, Brandon, John Madden assumed the mantle of head coach of the Oakland Raiders. And what a ride he, the Raiders, and the NFL were about to go on.
Two minutes remain here, the first half of the John Madden Legacy game. We'll be back. Hey, we want to let you know, give you a fair warning that coming up at halftime, the folks at EA Sports have put together a very nice package in tribute to Coach Madden. So make sure you stick around for that. Again, coming up at halftime. On first down, Favre. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And down inside the 15 he goes. Charles, you talked about John Madden and the Raiders going on a ride. Well, try these numbers on for size. In 10 seasons as a head coach, The Raiders won their division 7 times. They finished second the other 3 times, and he became the youngest coach to amass 100 career regular season victories.
That was almost
and is
interception.
still, to this day, the franchise leader.
Don't do that again.
And when you think about it, that's where that rivalry with Kansas City really
That's
took root.
confusing.
As did the expression commitment to excellence. And boy, was it personified by the
touchdown. George Kittle from 13 yards out. And the NFC is in for 6.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Morton Anderson now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Oh, well.
I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
And able to get this out to the 25. The AFC making their way out, and it's one of Coach's favorites, another local guy, Tom Brady, who will be at the controls. And boy, Coach always admired the way number 12 could run an offense, and especially his ability to stay calm under. Pressure.
Tom Brady is a guy who's always looking downfield. He never looks at the rush. He hangs in the pocket, and he makes a throw. He's a cool guy, and he's a tough guy. Let me tell you, there's no one calmer in the pocket than Tom Brady.
And I know that Coach has a great appreciation for Tom Brady, who turned 45 back on August 3rd, because Coach coached a guy like him in George Blanda, who played a long time in the NFL. In this game, it features legends and active players. Tom Brady qualifies as both.
Charles, you think about all the success that John Madden had as an NFL head coach, and he had plenty, and we talked about it, including the 10 straight winning seasons, a Super Bowl title. But like any great coach, he also suffered through a few tough losses along the way as well.
And Brandon, those tough losses came in high-stakes games because they always had such great success. Think about it this way. 6 times in his 10 years, the Raiders were not done in the AFL championship game or the AFC championship game. But might be a divisional round exit. That's the one that bothered him most of all. Three Rivers Stadium, December 1972. Yes, the Immaculate Reception game. Franco Harris grabbing the ball that was deflected. Almost at his shoe tops, he picked it up and took it in for a game-winning score to give the Steelers a 13-7 victory. And partner, anyone who loves black and silver still doesn't believe that ball hit anyone in black and silver that day, and that play should never have counted.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the NFC will take over deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now the NFC heading back out. Hall of Famer Randy Moss a part of this offense. And Coach Madden, boy, he always appreciated the ferociousness with which number 84 attacked the football in the air.
As Randy Moss says, just chunk it up there, dog, and I'll go get it.
And, Coach, boy, did he ever go get it. Over 15,000 receiving yards, 156 touchdowns. And how about this? From his rookie year of 1998 until 2009, those were his prime seasons, right? He led the league in touchdowns 5 times, but even more so, He showed us all how to go up and get it. Great body control. No one's ever done it better playing the ball in the air.
On second down, Favre. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. To throw is Favre. He's going to go up top again. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
They'll try and throw for it with Favre. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Well,
Was he
it's
trying
gutsy
to
to go
block
for
it or
in the
catch
red
it?
zone. The problem there is they were in their own red zone. Why in the world did they do that?
They must have thought they had the exact play call that they needed to go a big way. And I'm still not even buying that one. I'm reaching on
You're
that
searching.
one. Actually reaching. But I do know this. On the other side of the field, that coaching staff is screaming at their defense, if you don't handle this one right here, this is a great opportunity for us. Take it away, guys. And they did.
And now excellent field position. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Vinatieri's kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
Just ran over that guy.
And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller,
Well, coming up in the second half, we'll run through John's post-coaching triumphs. But for now, we present a very special tribute to the man of the hour, narrated by Trey Mosley. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The AFC going to get the football first here as we are back underway from Oakland in the John Madden Legacy game. From the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense for the AFC set to go now. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
and I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition doesn't
look like it might have hurt a little bit.
They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Open man is Andre Reed, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Now a carry for Allen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So now, Charles, to pick up the story we've been telling, John Madden at 42. He just completed a 10-year stint as the coach of the Raiders. He wants to step away a bit from the grind of coaching, but he doesn't want to step away from the game of football. So he ends up signing on with CBS in 1979 to try his hand at broadcasting. And much like his coaching career, he was pretty much an instant success.
Partner, he really connected with the people right from the start, and people may not remember, he wasn't even on the #1 team in the beginning. He worked his way up. But the same things that made him a great coach made him a great broadcaster. The ability to show the big picture, yet break it down into the details. That's what he did with his teams. That's what he did with the people. That way, he was simple to understand, yet insightful for viewers, and he did with that big personality
I'll let that one happen.
And all the way in for the touchdown.
That sucks.
Tony Gonzalez, 43 yards. And the AFC has taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
So for Coach Madden, Charles, by 1981, his broadcasting career is really taking off. He's elevated to the network's #1 booth that calls all the big matchups. And he gets the plum assignment of calling Super Bowl 16, 49ers and Bengals, and he's teamed up with Pat Summerall. And that pairing ultimately would go on to be one of the most influential in sports broadcasting history.
Influential not just in us listening to them. Remember, they went on and called 8 Super Bowls together. But how they put together kind of the template that all of us broadcasters follow now. Sitting down with the head coaches and the quarterbacks and the stars of each team before a ball game to get extra information. And the way that those two paired together, Pat Summerall, short, concise, to the point, and turned it over to Coach Madden to fill in all the big details.
As you mentioned, CD, talking about John Madden, the broadcaster, he called 8 Super Bowls with Pat Summerall, 3 more with Al Michaels later in his career. He spent nearly 3 decades in the booth all told. And not only was he beloved for his mannerisms, we know that, but he was an innovator as well.
Yeah, Brandon, you talk about things like the telestrator, which totally became identified with him, and now it's a staple for all analysts to have in the booth. And then you think about things like turducken on Thanksgiving, when he used words like boom and pow. He helped create the All-Madden team. He was a very popular commercial pitch man. And even the Madden Cruiser was unique, and you had to be someone to get a ride on it, too.
They're going on 4th down. It's Favre. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. And that makes him now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 3 quarters complete now in the John Madden legacy game from Oakland. It's the AFC on top. And we're back to the Coliseum after this. John Lynch, Hall of Famer of the class of 2021, there on the tackle. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now a toss play. Allen. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did. Stayed in. They'll try and pound it with a big back Bettis. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So here comes the trusty, battle-tested Adam Vinatieri for a big kick. This will get the lead up to 7. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. After the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
You serious?
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Into the hands of Sanders. And he is going to have enough for an AFC first down. So how about that? They risk it on 4th down, and they're rewarded. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Bullshit.
They'll run with Allen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard. The pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Brady. This is caught. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
Yeah, this is...
Vinatieri now for the point after.
No point.
And the lead is up to 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. 1st and 10, it's Favre. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So it's a win here for the AFC on an incredible afternoon of football and remembering the life of John Madden. Before we go, one final message. And for all of us at EA Sports, this one's for you, Coach.
You can tell I haven't played in a long time.
Become coach once again. Feeling a little rusty on the become coach? Head back to the brightest lights of them all and take the field in Super Bowl 56. Feeling a little
We'll see Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
EA Sports
I'm
coverage
playing
of
as
the
the
NFL
Cowboys, so
has
I'm
us
going
at
to
the foot
get
of
beat
the
anyway.
Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Denver Broncos. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Dak Prescott and Dallas taking the field for their first possession. Dak now in his 7th season in charge of the Cowboys. Two-time Pro Bowler.
And not only was it great to see Dak Prescott make his return in 2021, it was even better to see him playing the best ball of his career. He didn't lead Dallas to just a division title and its best record in 6 years. Dallas also led the league in yards and points, the first time it has led in both since 1971.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
At least these guys can
Good start
catch.
offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Flushed out right. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this incomplete. An excellent play downfield on the football. Might have had a shot to pick it off even. But it's 2nd down. Throwing. Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A Cowboy first down there. Prescott to Gallup. They'll look to throw again. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Oh, what the hell was that?
They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much.
Under pressure, they got him again.
78, what the hell was that?
Gregory drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point. And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Time for our first look at the Denver offense, and of course the new face of the Broncos, 9-time Pro Bowler while in Seattle, Russell Wilson.
The Denver Broncos knew exactly what they wanted when they acquired Russell Wilson. They wanted to bring in a quarterback who was durable, consistent, and a proven winner to take a talented roster back to the postseason. And Russell Wilson, he was all of those things in Seattle. 1 losing record in 10 seasons, missed only 3 games in that time, and made 9 Pro Bowls.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Cowboys and Broncos, some of you may or may not remember, they played in a Super Bowl back in the 70s, Super Bowl 12, in fact. Won by the Cowboys and Roger Staubach, 27-10. Last year, though, it was the Broncos who put together one of the stunners of the year. Week 9, they led 30-0 at one point in the fourth quarter and wound up hanging on 30-16 in Dallas. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Blah, blah, blah.
So after the
That's
incompletion
how being
on
try to
first,
draw
now
the defense
2nd and 10.
offsides with a fake snap.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Trey Quinn, 53 yards. And the Broncos post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Dowdle going to take this one out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dallas offense. It's back out onto the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out right at the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
On 2nd and 9, rush. He'll find his man, Simi Fehoko. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And the Broncos get there and take him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Open man is Noah Brown. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. And high fives all around on that sideline. It's a first down as they wind up getting 11 on the fake punt.
I'm not sure that the surprise was that they actually faked it. That's classic territory to go ahead and do it. The surprise to me is that they were successful. I'm not sure the defense was really prepared.
And now they're going to keep the drive alive here. Really big play on the fake punt. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing here, rush. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's good for 28 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, That ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
To throw is Rush. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ryan Knoll, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, nothing complicated about that. That's old school power football.
And effective. And that's the key to everything, right? Sometimes we try and do too many things. Just hand it to the big guy and let him go forward.
And Jonathan Garibay out for the PAT. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Oh, that sucks.
And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
And Denver
You don't have
getting
to get
set
it.
to take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Rippon. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Rippon on 1st and 10. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on 1st down is Rippon, and it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rippon. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
final shot before break. Rush. And he floats one there, incomplete. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we send you on out. Well, we all missed football in the offseason, but apparently not everybody missed halftime. We skip right over it. We get back to the action. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. Yeah, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Here's Rippon. And that is incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Here's Rush to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Rush. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
Back to throw, Rush. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Pollard going to try the right side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
4th down. Rush. Quick slant here to Smith. And he is going to have the Cowboys' first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. Rush. They'll roll him out right. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Why doesn't the quarterback
Give him 3 on the
run?
keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Noah Brown there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it's enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to let it go again. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
He had it.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On 4th down, rush. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Off play action, it's Rippon. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jabril Cox. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Rippon, and the tackle going to be made at the 38. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he missed it. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Why?
Oh, he fakes a spike. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down.
Oh.
And it'll be a turnover.
I guess if you double tap the button, he fakes
so
the
that's
pass.
a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go
That's
for
stupid.
it on 4th down, but come up empty.
Got me.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up. but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. To throw again on 2nd down. Rippon on the slant. He finds Washington. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Rippon. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Kendall Hinton from 13 yards out. And the Broncos have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Dowdle going to take this one out of the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So now the Cowboys down on the scoreboard. A minute 36 to go. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Connects here with a tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up. Williams. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened,